Hello and welcome to Slow Pit Stop, the international Formula One podcast by fans for fans all around the world. My name's Arafat, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host Mohammed. Say hi, Mohammed.
Hi, Mohammed.
So, welcome to the Team LH therapy session. Honestly, we've been talking about this. Clearly, this season is it's awful, but also I think there are some brief silver linings in all these dark clouds that I want to talk about. But it's just everything sucks.
So I didn't watch Mexico. I was on a plane.
Oh yeah, so you were.
Yeah, and then I was getting on a plane, and then you kept I had Wi-Fi on the plane, and you kept texting me, like, how are you, like, on a plane right now enjoying your life? And I am falling apart about this Mexican Grand Prix. And I was like, I was trying to avoid spoilers. I'm going to watch it when I land. And you're like, don't watch it.
And I was like, don't bother.
I didn't end up watching it. Because once I landed and I saw on social media just exactly how things had gone down, I was like, this is just going to break my heart. But I was like, it's been 2 weeks. It normally takes me 24 hours to recover from a bad Formula 1 race. But I was like, 2 weeks is enough. I'm good. I go into Brazil, I get my heart shattered all over again. What is happening? I want to give up on the sport.
Yeah, I know what you feel like. I think part of our problem is, like, for us, clearly, so much of the sport rests on how Lewis Hamilton is doing.
Yeah.
Right? And one day, he will not be in Formula One anymore. And I actually think we'll be able to enjoy the sport at that point. Because we'll just look at the chaos and be able to laugh at it. And it's like our problem friend. Do you know what I mean? We'll be like, well, obviously so-and-so is corrupt and obviously this is happening and whatever. But yeah, it's been a tough time. But we'll get into Lewis and Ferrari and all that drama in a bit. Should we go through like the list of things that are happening in the news?
Yes, let's do it.
Sort of dealing with a bit of Ferrari. So the first thing is Sergio Perez was back in a Ferrari for the first time since like 2012? Yeah, 2012, I think.
Since he was in the academy.
Or no, I think it was 2010, yeah.
So I texted you. I said I like the blacked out Ferrari, and you said you did not. Why didn't you like the blacked out Ferrari?
So I thought I would like it because when blacked out Ferrari, and I looked at it, and I think it was the fact that it was devoid of all logos and anything like that. Yeah. It somehow looked cheap. Like it was like sometimes when people take like old junk cars and they strip all the paint down and you see it like that just before they put the nice new paint on. It almost looked like that to me. And I don't know, maybe because it was that black, it reminded me of like the really slow McLaren Honda. But yeah, I was like, oh, this isn't exciting. And then it really made me appreciate how much character the livery adds and the paint job adds. And that kind of brings me onto our other point. Oh, anyway, yes. So Perez was in a Ferrari. It wasn't actually doing anything Ferrari. Cadillac were having a simulation weekend where they were practicing their communication and their mechanic stuff. So Perez was just doing circles, but there was no setup changes to the car or anything.
Did Ferrari actually lend
2023, I think.
They just lent a Ferrari to Cadillac, like for funsies. Like, here's a Cadillac.
I don't know if there was a financial agreement, but yeah, they gave them one because they're going to be buying Ferrari engines from next year, so they're a customer team.
Okay, I forgot about that.
So it says it was a loan agreement. What that agreement is, I don't know whether it's cash or something else, but it was some loan agreement.
Interesting.
But yeah, anyway.
I like the black Ferrari. I thought it looked sleek. It reminded me of, the old Mercedes when it was all blacked out. Not this current blacked out Mercedes that I think looks like Listerine. But imagine that kind of black with red accents. I think that would look so cool.
That was a McLaren Honda. But see that black? If you just had, the yellow Ferrari logo on the side or the front, and then like even the yellow shell logo, I think that would look pretty cool.
So you like black and yellow, like the Batman style, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Or even just white lines. Just like white lines or something.
I like the white. I think black and white would look great. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the fact that it was just black looked like a car that had been like stripped completely and was awaiting a coat of paint.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
But yeah, so speaking of how important livery is, Audi had a launch event.
Oh my god.
Showing off their new car, and they like launched this car like if you've not seen it, let me get it on my phone. Like, honestly, I don't know how they manage this. So if you're watching us on YouTube, this was the car that they have launched. It was obviously a show car, but they wanted to show off what their livery was going to look like. So that's their car. And if you look in the background, you'll see all the other Audis. Now, my opinion, Audi don't have a good base livery to start with. None of their cars look particularly good. But of all of their ugly cars, this Formula One car is the ugliest. I don't know, people are like, sleek or this or that, but it's that vertical line that comes straight down.
Yeah, I don't like it. It looks like you took something, like here's my water bottle. It looks like you took something and you dipped it in ink and then you pulled it back out.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like it. I'm not a fan.
And it's not that I have a problem with the colors, but it's just that straight line.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like, I saw this thing about, the philosophy of designing cars, and you can either put lines in to go with like the aerodynamic flow, or like a zigzag, or like forward leaning line or backward leaning line to convey speed. And it's all to do with ratios, like the tire size, and you go 1, 2, 3 tires back and then put a line there or whatever. And it just looks really bad.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it looks really bad. I like the color, like that red Audi color. I think is, I don't know if that is the shade of it, because at least in the dealerships here in America, they go with a slightly darker, a different red. Not like a Ferrari red, but they go with a slightly different red.
It's their racing cars. Their racing cars have that. But look at this is their Le Mans car, one of their older ones.
Yeah,
and that has that same color scheme.
I dig it.
And I
dig it. Give it the accents. Make it the red accents instead of that red dip down the middle.
Yeah.
Give it, this. Imagine an all chrome car like the McLaren of olden days. I think it would look really good. Yeah. When McLaren did their chrome livery at Miami, everyone loved it. I think chrome looks nice. It's making the other colors match the chrome, which they didn't do. I think
what they should have done is all chrome with the the Audi logo, the 4 circles. They should have done the red circles.
That would look so good. Imagine it like really
big
like
red circles down the side.
Yes, like how Red Bull has their giant logo on the side. Imagine they did their giant. Oh, that would look so good. That would look.
I think they should have done that.
They need to poach the V-carb designer.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Yeah,
it's funny how Red Bull is so bad.
Well, I was gonna say sometimes they take the V-carb designer and they just put him on mushrooms, and then he decides whatever we had at Austin, and it looks terrible.
Red Bull are having some launch event in
January or something.
It's either Detroit or Dallas. I can't remember.
Detroit. No, it's Detroit. It starts with Detroit. Yeah, it's Detroit because that's where Ford is.
Yeah,
it's actually quite exciting.
They're having their union with Ford. Yeah, and they're showing shades of lighter blue. If it was up to me, that Formula One car would go like traditional Ford and be blue with 2 white racing stripes up the middle. If they don't do the 2 white racing stripes, I think it's a lost opportunity.
Like the old Mustangs,
and then,
I think used to look like that.
Yeah, like the old Mustang, and then the Minardi V-Carb Toro Rosso, whatever it is.
That can be the fun
invert
one.
The colors. White car, 2 blue stripes.
They'll really be like, we are the same team. They're trying to be like, we're not the same team. We're not the same. Yeah. Our logo is the same, but
we're launching our cars together. But yeah, I think that should look. You've seen it before, like a white Mustang with the blue stripes.
Yeah. It looks so good.
Yeah,
it's so
that's
classic.
What that car should
it's like
be.
Very like Shelby, like Thomas Shelby, not Thomas Shelby.
Yeah,
what's his name?
Carol
Shelby.
Normal man's name.
Thomas Shelby is from Peaky Blinders. Yes, Carol Shelby.
Carol Shelby.
I think it would look really nice. Yeah, I'm down for that.
So.
Why don't they put us in charge of more things?
do anything different? I know. We would do such a good job.
Yeah.
A final bit of news. Franco Colapinto got the seat at Alpine.
Good for him.
Will he keep it for a whole year? Who knows? Who knows?
What do you think is the logic of giving him the seat? I feel like they just got Jack Doohan in the seat and they're like, all right, well, we can't kick him out immediately to do something. We had to test him. We had to just have him for a little bit. We just bought this guy. And then, I don't know, because why kick out Doohan so fast to get Colapinto and then keep Colapinto? I don't understand the metrics. I don't understand.
It's about $30 million worth of sponsorship.
Colapinto's bringing with him? Who's he bringing?
Yeah.
He has
Banco
some
Brazil.
spicy.
That's all the yellow. The yellow that's on the Alpine is Banco Brazil.
Okay, I dig it. I dig it for the money.
Yeah. Also, his
Everything's about the
performance is
money.
improving because there's only so much. Like, if two people are equal,
Yeah.
you give it to the one that brings the money as well.
Yeah.
But if someone performs better, then you're not going to be like, hey, we're sacking you for crash.
But like, is his performance improving? I feel like if I could ask you...
he's started to finish ahead of Gasly in both qualifying and race. Like, results are not there, but I think he's being hampered by the car rather than him.
Can't we just have 20 cars that are all good, 20 drivers that are all good, and get a real championship?
We kind of have that. Like, if you look at old seasons...
Yeah, just fair enough.
I think the current rule regulations are a total disaster and failure, right? I'm not actively defending them, but the thing that I will say is when you look at old seasons, the gap between the lead car and like the car in 5th or 6th place sometimes was like 2 seconds. Whereas now you could fit the entire field
in like 30
into like
seconds,
1.5 seconds.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you just don't get the right lap in Q2, you can go from being someone that sat front row one race to Q2 exit the next race.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I think is good, within the same rule cycle, McLaren has gone from quite far back to dominating.
Yeah.
I think that gives hope to other people that actually quick turnarounds are possible.
You know what I think we need in Formula One? I think we need a Brad Pitt-like figure to come in, to drive one of these cars, and then to say the most brilliant thing ever, which is, guys, we need to find a way to make the cars follow in dirty air. As if nobody else has ever thought of that. See, he was the first one to think of that. He drove the car, and he's like, you know what? These cars need to be able to follow in the dirty air. I'm the first one to think about that. So, mind-blowing stuff that he brought to the table.
Imagine they hired the two of us plus Brad Pitt, the things we could achieve.
Oh my God. Yeah. You know, this race in Brazil, all I kept thinking is like plan C for chaos. Chaos.
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
I need to watch that movie again.
I know. It's fun to watch, actually. It's not, I mean, you cringe a little on the inside. And the scene,
Did I tell you my parents went to see it?
No, really? How did that go? Did your dad love it?
Like, you know, like my mum's aware of Formula One because she has to put up with me and my dad.
Yeah.
But like, there's some races that I think she sat and watched from beginning to end, but most of the time she'll like get bored and wander away in the house somewhere. So she went to that and she came back and she was like, oh, it was so nice. And it was so nice how that man got to win at the end. And I was like, oh, she really enjoyed it. That's so funny.
I physically cringed. I've said this before on the podcast, but when he had sat in the pit box and just didn't move until they gave him the tires he wanted, I literally was like, "Oh my God,
so bad!
This guy's gonna be 1 minute behind."
Crazy. One day we should do like a watch along of that film.
But you know, like before that, we had Rush, which was good, and then we had Iron Man 2. So we didn't have a lot of Formula One options. So I appreciate them making a realistic Formula One movie. You know, with real drivers. Lewis is the bad guy in the end. You got to pass the 7-time GOAT.
Yeah.
The 7-time GOAT.
It'll happen.
Is it?
Before we come to Ferrari, the other thing I want to talk about is there's rumors of Christian Horner holding meetings with Middle Eastern investors and US investors to back him to buy into a team.
Okay.
Now, Toto Wolff has recently announced that he's selling 5% of his shares. So he owns 33% of Mercedes, and he's selling 5%. Clearly, he's not selling to Christian Horner. But apparently, the likely candidate for Christian Horner to come and take over is Alpine, which is ironic because he was like so anti-Renault when that whole thing broke down.
Oh my God, I forgot about the whole Cyril thing. Cyril and Christian
so Alpine is struggling with recruitment and stuff. You know, people are fleeing. They're like, are we going to get sold? Are we not going to get sold? What's happening here? You know, people are moving to other teams. And hiring someone like Horner to say, right, guys, we've been experimenting with all these other team principles. Horner has bought in. He's paid to like be part of this team. He's not just an employee. This is his team.
Yeah.
I think it would help that team have a little bit of a foundation to say, right, and this is where we're going to build from. And other people would go, oh, actually, Christian's going to come here with lots of money. He's not sticking around for a year or two. This is a long-term project. There's possibly success in this. I'll go work there.
Yeah.
So apparently the other candidate is him buying into Aston Martin.
Yeah.
And reuniting with Newey.
Interesting.
For me, the Alpine thing is more realistic, but I think anything's on the table.
Who wants out of their project more, Audi or Alpine?
Audi.
Yeah. You should go into Audi then. Why is Audi not on the table? They're not looking for a part-time owner?
Maybe they are. Maybe they will sell to him.
Alpine's a good idea. I think Christian, obviously his personal failings aside and his hatred of Lewis Hamilton aside, is a pretty decent team principal. It's hard to argue that he is just a seasoned good team principal who lost his job for political reasons, not performance reasons.
Yeah.
So I really do think Alpine would be good to have him. Like, who is the current Alpine team principal? Can any of us say his name? I don't know. Some guy. They just put some guy in the role because they're kind of...
They're not allowed to have Flavio in the role because he's a criminal. So Flavio is a consultant.
I don't think he wants to be team principal necessarily. I think he wants to run the whole thing.
But he essentially is. He goes to the team principal conferences. He does everything the team principal would do.
He's in the team principal group chat. He's
just not allowed to hold that position because he's a cheat and a crook.
Yeah. He's in the team principal group chat. He's like, guys, add me to the group chat. No, you're not a team principal. I'm basically a team principal. Why is Lawrence Stroll in the team group chat? Let me in the team group chat. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it would be maybe good for the team. I don't know what's happened to this team. When they were Renault and they had Daniel Ricciardo, they were scoring podiums. They were the third fastest team. I don't know. I know. Granted, that was like 6 years ago.
They were winning races. When they had Alonso, they were winning championships.
Yeah,
it's a team. I think, as a team, as an entity, that team is very, very capable, and like corporate interference is ruining them.
I can't believe I forgot. I was like, they were the third fastest car. You're like, yes, they've also won championships. The height of their achievement, they were the third fastest car.
The fastest car. Ricciardo got a podium.
Oh, yes, they have 2 championships to their name. I was like, oh, yeah.
Crazy. The other thing, we were talking about Horner and Red Bull, and you said there, he wasn't fired for performance reasons. We saw at the Brazilian Grand Prix, Verstappen exited Q1 for first time in this, because of performance reasons.
Yeah.
And I think what I found bizarre was Laurent, the current team principal, was like, oh, we took like these radical decisions that have clearly failed. And so they decided to start Verstappen from the pit lane instead and restored a lot of things that he had in the sprint race.
Bro, this depresses me. All right, continue.
Well, no, so the whole thing about firing Christian was Verstappen was like, I'm glad Lawrence here. We're taking a much more engineering approach. We're not doing wild setup changes because that's what was happening before. And, Red Bull were having these like really up and down results. He's like, we're not doing wild setup changes and hoping for the best. We're just taking slow, methodical steps. And they were like, oh yeah, let's just do a wild setup change again. And I was like, why have you gone back to doing that? I thought this is why you got rid of Christian.
It works.
Yeah, but it worked so bad. They got both cars out in Q1, and then they said, let's fix Max's car and put it back. But why did you leave Yuki out like that?
Oh, yeah. See, here's the thing. I didn't watch qualifying, so I low-key don't know what you're talking about. This is going to sound really bad, guys. I promise I'm a Formula 1 fan. It's just that I've had the soul sucked out of me.
Yeah. Where's the next race? Vegas.
Oh, Vegas, yeah. The merch in Vegas looks
Formula
really nice.
Formula 1 is trying to buy a strip club in Vegas.
A strip club?
Yeah, an actual strip club. It was called the Platinum something.
What?
Apparently it's a big building. The plan is to knock it down and then build like a 4-story Formula 1 merchandise store.
I thought they were going to just
very visible when they have the race.
Yeah. I thought they were just going to make it an F1 themed strip club. I was like, look, I'll go to anything F1 themed, but I guess that's what it's coming to.
Yeah. So they're gonna knock it down and build like a merch store with like a Ferrari section, a Renault section, all this stuff. It'll be 4 stories high,
You
and it'll be a
guys,
big building that's visible.
I think you guys do this in the UK in the Premier League. Those big teams have big merch stores, right? I think.
Yeah.
So we don't really necessarily do that in America. I mean, football teams will have stores with merch, but not like these big flagship stores that everyone goes to. It's not really an American thing.
So I think the biggest stores tend to be at the stadium.
Okay.
That tends to be the flagship store.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know if it's still there, but I think I can think of, there's 2 big football teams in Glasgow, Rangers and Celtic.
Yeah.
And I think at Glasgow Airport they had small stores where you could buy like shirts and knickknacks and things. And then in the shopping malls, there's a couple of them that have merch stores as well. So the flagship one is the one at the stadium, but they do have little merch stores around the place.
But why is Formula One building this in Vegas? Because first of all, no other race has a flagship store like this. They all have little stalls that pop up for the race weekend and sell a bunch of merch, and then they get broken down. And I don't know how sustainable a building like that is throughout the entire year for Las Vegas. Vegas is not necessarily filled with Formula One fans. It's not some historic racing town. So I don't know. I don't know why they would want to do this. Maybe a lot of money for the race weekend.
Yeah, it seems weird. Like Abu Dhabi, obviously right next door, has Ferrari World, which is like a Ferrari theme park, and they'll sell merchandise and this and that. So I don't know if they're trying to build something, this F1 thing that's 4 stories high. Will they have like a bunch of simulators and people can go like an F1 cafe kind of thing?
But they're doing
like you said,
cafes.
How is it sustainable the rest of the year?
Yeah, but the cafes,
like during the race weekend, it makes sense.
Yeah. But the cafes are a good idea, and they're doing those and they're expanding them. Like there's one in Boston now. I think there's one in Chicago. There's one in London. And I think there's actually one in Vegas too. So those are good ideas because that is sustainable throughout the year. Some of them have sims. Some of them have go-kart racing, and it's like Formula One themed go-kart racing with the DRS button. That's really cool. I would love to do that, right? Like imagine it's like the same like it's built the same way as F1. They do a Q1, Q2, Q3 go-karting. Like that's pretty fun. But that I can understand them making it like that. Then you sell merch out of the back of those. That is like a sustainable business model. Put it in the big cities. Put one in New York. Put one in Miami.
Me, if you give me 4 floors, basement, go-kart circuit. Next floor, sim, racing things. Next floor, museum section. Like, oh my God, there's a real Formula One car in front of me.
Yeah.
Remember, because F1 owns the thing, so they could wheel out like Michael Schumacher's old car. Or like Roman Grosjean's burnt car, and they could have like the video playing again and again. So have like a museum section, that'd be really cool. And then finally, a merch floor. That's how I see.
Why don't they put us in charge of more things?
Exactly. We could do the liveries. We can do the stores. We can do the experiences. And we can do, what was the other thing we were doing?
We were going
Team Principal.
Team Principal, yeah.
And the movie. We were going to remake the movie.
Fix everything. Just give us access. Oh my
just
God,
don't listen.
bro.
They just don't
we
listen.
Could race. Listen, I think all these Formula One executives need to do a little less talking and a little more driving.
So, I guess that's the big story. Elkann, the CEO of Ferrari, came out with a comment where he said his drivers should do less talking and more driving. And the thing that I like is, not that I like, obviously he's insane and this is a terrible thing to do. But the way universally across like different journalists, people that are pro-Lewis, anti-Lewis, people like Damon Hill, everyone has come out and gone, what the hell? Like,
it's quite universal, isn't it?
These drivers know what they're doing. You're the problem.
Yeah. It's quite universal. And I've seen everyone together. Garun Chandok, like everyone, people who do not normally take Lewis Hamilton's side in things have come out and been like, that was a very stupid thing for John Elkann to say. And it's weird because, he recruited Lewis to Ferrari. When Niki Lauda recruited Lewis to Mercedes, you didn't see like that kind of relationship ever falter. I mean, I guess it was a winning relationship off the bat, but the first year he didn't win a championship. You would just expect Elkann to have some more faith in Lewis, to say, I'm bringing Lewis for a reason. So some people online have said maybe he's surrounded by yes men all the time. He's just used to being told yes, and now Lewis is telling him no. Reportedly, Lewis Hamilton has sent him 2 different letters at 2 different times of the year with a list of what he recommends be changed to make Ferrari a winning team. And these have been ignored both times, is what rumor is. But I think this race weekend was interesting because kind of neither of the DNFs were their fault. Like Leclerc was easily not his fault.
So unlucky.
Did you ever see that picture where it's like it's like the right before he gets hit, Oscar hits what's his name again?
Guess which of these cars is the one that's DNFs.
Yeah. It's really funny. And then like Lewis like aggressive at the start, but you couldn't really say, I mean, it's an opening lap incident. It's not necessarily from incompetence. It's just an opening lap incident that causes that damage that then caused him to retire. And to be fair, he really dragged the car around for another 20 laps just trying to make it work. Like he didn't just give up. So I don't know if that was even the time for John Elkann to say that. If they both had a bad quali and they both sucked and they're complaining on the radio, blah, blah, blah. It's just like sometimes, like I remember at the end of Lewis's time at Mercedes, he would get on the radio and he would complain, and Toto Wolff would come on the radio and be like, Lewis, stop complaining. And like, I hate that too, but at least you can somewhat understand it. Like, Lewis, you need to just drive. Like, stop complaining and drive. But in this case, it's like they didn't even do anything. And it's like, back-to-back stewarding decisions that are making me so mad. Lewis gets 10-second penalty plus his car breaking out because of this thing. Opening lap incident.
The whole stewarding thing in Mexico was insane. But yeah,
so frustrating. So frustrating. I didn't even see the incident. I don't even know. I guess Max crashed into him and Lewis got the penalty. I mean, that as a concept is so angering to me. I'm so happy I didn't watch the race because I think I would just, I don't know. I don't know how I'd react.
Yeah. Finally, should we come to McLaren? And I guess Lando's going to be world champion now.
What a depressing time in Formula One.
So
what is the point of this?
Like enamored by Lando or anything. What I will say is, a couple of months ago when I was like, oh yeah, Piastri 100% deserves to be the champion. He's the better driver, etc. It's because he was so consistent. Whereas in the last however many races, Piastri has lost that form. Some things are unlucky. Some things are, bad stewarding decisions. Some things are his fault and him not driving as well as he should. But you can't argue that Lando, who had a slump in form in the middle of the season, he's actively made lots of changes. He's working on because people keep talking about how Lando's like the bottle champion.
Yeah.
So he's doing things to stop bottling. You know, Lando's switched off the feature in his car that tells him the gap to the other cars when he's qualifying.
Wow. Interesting.
Because normally he sees that and he starts overdriving because he's trying to catch up. He's like, I'm 0.01 behind. He starts overdriving and loses loads of time. He switched that off. So now he doesn't know where he is in relation to the person that's got provisional pole. And he's like, I'm just going to drive and do my best. And so I feel like, okay, for all the things that we criticize him about, he's gone out there and made active changes to deal with these issues. And if that means he's now in a better form and getting the results, then yeah, I think if he ends up with the most points, then clearly he deserves to win. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he'll have.
I think he deserves to win. I don't think anyone can look at what's going on right now and say that he doesn't deserve to win, because even if you say the Monza swap shouldn't have happened, 3 points, he's gonna win by more than 3 points at this rate. So
yeah.
It's gonna take a DNF. He's 9 points up.
Remember when it was one of the old drive crate boxes? We got it and it had a key ring in it that said P1 Oscar.
Yeah.
And he won that race. And I was like, oh, how did they know? So I've got the Brazil drive crate box.
Ooh.
I don't know if you could hear in the background. I was just opening it now. And Brazil. And I want to see if there's anything in here that
will hint towards who the new winner is.
Will hint towards, yeah. So we
when
have
am I getting one of these
front wing air
boxes?
freshener.
Ooh.
I don't know. Come visit. Front wing air freshener. We've got some lemon wafers suitable for vegetarians from Brazil.
Brazilian snack. Very cool.
Brazilian snack. And then we got a hat from a team. Guess which team?
I don't know. Aston. No, it's black. Ooh, Haas. That's like the big ticket item for the box.
Oh, look at this.
What is that?
It's a luggage tag with a McLaren chasing a Ferrari over the Senna S's.
Where do they get these? I never understand where they find these. Where are they finding these?
Random places. Look. Fun.
Love that.
And then finally, They've got something that's a circuit sign. Should we open this up and see what our circuit sign looks like?
Yeah.
So this is our circuit sign.
Ooh, Autodromo Interlagos. That's so cool.
300 meters that way.
Yeah.
How exciting.
Yeah, that is really exciting.
So
I
no
love
predictions about who's going to win. It's going
No,
to be
they've
Lando.
given you a Haas.
You know, the day before the race,
Haas is going to
I
win.
remember sitting there. I'd woken up and I went, "Oh, I think Max is going to be world champion."
Mm.
And then, like, qualifying happened, everything fell apart, and I went, "No, it'll be Lando." But yeah,
can I just say
suppose
something?
the points are close enough that anything could happen. But yeah,
Yeah. I will say though that anytime you make a prediction, doesn't usually happen because you said Oscar Piastri 100% world champion. You've not changed your mind. You just go with the flow. You just go with whatever seems the most obvious. You don't add any mirchi masala, any spice to that. I'm going to go ahead and say Oscar's going to come back. I'm going to say Lando's going to be doing great.
Yeah.
He's going to have a, Verstappen crashing out on the quali lap in Jeddah in 2021. I think Lando's going to have some version of that, maybe in Vegas, maybe in Qatar, maybe, I don't know. But he's going to have
overheats
that
and just breaks down.
Q1 exit somehow. And there you go.
Yeah,
Piastri's right back in it.
Piastri's back. Maybe, hopefully.
I want to take a moment and just begrudgingly give Max Verstappen his props from starting in the pit lane and ending P3. I hate it, though. I don't even want to talk about it for longer than that one sentence. Okay, let's
I know
move
what
on.
you mean. And there's loads of stuff. Like, he's been on podcasts and things recently, and he's been talking about, like, helping people with Sims and, other people have been talking about how he helps people in the background and doesn't show things off. And I talked about this years ago about how, like, Vettel was the pantomime villain of F1 and has now become this, like, revered figure.
Yeah.
And I was like, as much as I disliked Max, I was like, I just need to remember that all F1 drivers are like half my age and have the potential to change.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
But see, don't say that, because one of the reasons I don't like Lando, because I never started not liking Lando, but one of the main reasons I don't like Lando is because he was so grumpy and irritable, and he said to Lewis that you should be winning every race, you have the fastest car, and then when Lewis said, wow, he rides his car
like
so
Lando
fast.
started, when he was the meme guy, everybody loved him. Like, they had bromance with Ricardo and all of that. Yeah. Everybody loved Lando.
When he was the silly
guy, went away one
guy.
winter, came back, and just hit puberty finally, and was so grumpy.
Yeah. So I guess if he changes, if he becomes the lighthearted, funny guy again, the all-around likable driver on the grid who nobody has problems with, and he's just so nice and lovable, then I think I will go back to liking him then. But I really hope that doesn't happen. I'm a certified hater. I hate George Russell. I hate Lando. And I'm so sorry to Adam, who's I'm sure is listening, but I hate Max Verstappen. So I think I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry, but it is what it is right now. I'm not in a good mood towards Formula One.
It's okay.
Formula 1 is breaking my heart.
I know your head hurts. I know your heart is broken. Your head is broken.
I'm a professional Lando Norris hater, and he's gonna win the championship. How do you think this is gonna make me feel? I might go. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do, man.
You look at the silver lining. It's another year where Lewis's records are protected from Verstappen.
Mm-hmm. That is a silver lining. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
See?
Is there ever
always a silver lining?
Can you think of any other one-time winner who did not deserve it? Jensen. I mean, I know Lando deserves it, but I'm a hater, so I think
Jensen deserved it. I think Jensen is good. You could say Jensen is good enough to be a one-time world champion. Probably Jacques Villeneuve is the one that people are like, guy got lucky. Like, yes and no. Like, clearly, if you win a world championship, there's something there, right?
Yeah.
Like, you've got to be good enough.
Yeah.
To win a world championship, but also I don't know if it's just because he's such an abrasive character that people like don't warm to him. Jacques Villeneuve.
I didn't know he was so abrasive back then. I know he's abrasive now. That's so funny.
I think he's always been a weirdo.
He really got lucky. Wait, how did he win his championship?
He has a Wikipedia page called Tax Evasion Scandal.
I don't know. How did he get lucky? I don't know this story. I wasn't alive in 1997. I actually was alive, but I was too baby.
So, journalist Gerald Donaldson describes Villeneuve as engagingly eccentric, opinionated, and outspoken, and one who defied convention and challenged authority. saying exactly what he thought in an era where drivers were expected to express only sweet-talking platitudes. He was unpopular with the European press for his willingness to speak his mind in a time of political correctness. He publicly bemoaned F1's commercialized and commodified image, the sport's structure, focus on cheaper, younger corporate groomed drivers, and the manufacturing of driver personalities by corporation.
Wow. Okay. So he was just outspoken.
Like, he's
therefore
not wrong.
He is enemy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we're at now. It's probably gotten much worse since he complained about it. So what do you see happen? Well, let's end with this. What do you see happens with Ferrari moving forward? In terms of everything. Driver lineup, politics, car speed. I don't know.
I think we get a few races into 2026. If the car's no good, Fred gets fired. Ooh. And he'll be replaced by whoever the team principal of the World Endurance Team is.
Interesting.
Because I don't think John Elkann understands what BOP is.
What's BOP?
So BOP is something they do in the World Endurance Championship called Balance of Power, where they add weight and restrictions and this and that to teams that are doing well to try and balance it out so that everyone gets a chance. Now, some people say BOP is very political. There's lots of like corruptness in the background, and it's not actually making a level playing field. It's advantaging some teams and disadvantaging others. So a lot of people have said, yes, Ferrari
incredible.
won.
Yeah, but it's BOP that's giving them a slight edge.
It's the BOP that's,
I think John Elkann's a little stupid, I'm not going to lie. I think he's just out of touch. Out of touch CEO, but it's just surprising because how could you go through all the effort of recruiting Lewis Hamilton and not understand what's at stake in the Formula One team, right? Like, how can you not understand what's fundamentally broken? You would think he brought Lewis in to fix what was fundamentally broken. But now I'm like, did he just bring him?
But it's the hard work associated with it, right? So Lewis comes in and says, like, Lewis got a camper van, he moved into the Ferrari area, he's been writing all these reports and letters and things and saying, these are the structural changes you need to make. And they're kind of like, no, we throw money at problems.
Yeah.
We threw money at getting you, now you just drive fast.
That's what I mean, though. Is that really
and systematic changes?
Because you would think you're bringing Lewis Hamilton in, he's gonna make those structural changes. You don't like how naive. How naive do you have to be to bring Lewis Hamilton in and say just drive fast? That's crazy levels of naive, bro.
Yeah, but I think that's where we're at.
Oh,
but the silver lining to all of this is not the silver lining, but I don't know. The one thing I keep thinking is if the situation doesn't get better and Lewis decides to retire, right? And he goes away, this last bit and then not getting the 8th championship and whatever else, universally, no one will go, this was Lewis's fault. They gave him a perfect car and he was washed. Everyone is now realizing this
seals it for Ferrari.
The situation around him.
Yeah. This does seal it for Ferrari. If Lewis goes there and leaves forever, Ferrari will be known as the team that fumbled 3 multiple world champions between Alonso and Vettel. Because Alonso was a one-off. Vettel, you could say he fought Lewis Hamilton. Lewis kept him from winning, blah, blah, blah. But now you're bringing Lewis in, and it's like, so you guys just fumbled 3 champions.
Yeah.
I just don't want the end of Lewis's career to get wasted. I mean, this is...
No. But I think he's almost, like, he's so much bigger than F1 that I think, like, he'll be fine.
Did you see he was on the cover of that magazine, and it said DILF of the year, and he's not even a dad? Why would they do that?
Is it just, like, code for old man?
God.
Fun times. Right, should we call it a night?
Yeah, let's call it a night. There was one more thing I was going to say. Oh, yes. Are you quitting Formula One?
No, I'm hooked.
Yeah, I'm
it's
an
all part
addict.
of the drama.
I'll be back
you get to
next
complain.
week.
We're the old uncles now. You know how, like, old uncles complain about, like, the politics in India and Pakistan and whatever? This is our India-Pakistan.
Oh, my God, bro.
This is who we are now. We're uncles.
Gosh. All right. It's like, F you, and I'll see you next week. That's exactly, you know that meme?
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us.